What's up, y'all? We are at halfway break at the NASCAR season, and the All-Star weekend is upon us here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And we are here in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina for the All-Star weekend this weekend. Now, the NASCAR Cup Series will be in action this weekend, along with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And it's going to be a good weekend here, full of entertainment for you guys. And we're hope to bring all of it to you as much as we can. Now, NASCAR returns to the North Wilkesboro Speedway after a successful NASCAR All-Star weekend last year, and they're back again here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Should be fun. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will run their 10th race on their schedule this year on Saturday afternoon with the Window World 250. That's 250 laps, 156 miles. Now, last year's winner, Corey Heim, will try to win another race here at North Wilkesboro and also go towards his great season he's having here in 2025. Now, some notables in this race: Brent Cruz will be driving that number one car. No, Brandon Jones has been in a couple weeks now, but Brent Cruz will be driving the number one truck as that team is providing different drivers throughout the year driving that number one. Now, old Rowdy, he'll be in that '07 Spire truck, so I look forward to see him on the track battling it out. And then Sammy Smith will be in that '7 Spire truck that went to victory lane last week with Carson Hocevar taking it to victory over Lane Riggs. Now, speaking of Lane Riggs, who came very close to winning, like I just said, over Carson Hocevar, he was disqualified due to a bed cover issue. So that's hard to hear for Lane Riggs. So we'll see what he'll want to definitely do something here this week at North Wilkesboro. There are 35 drivers running the Window World 250. So looking forward to a great race on Saturday afternoon. They'll have practice and qualifying as well for that too. So the NASCAR Cup Series will run the All-Star Race as there are multiple events leading up to the main event on Sunday. How do you qualify? It is made up of the 2024 and 2025 point race winners, past All-Star winners who compete full time, and then the NASCAR champions, NASCAR Cup champions who compete full time as well. Now on Friday, the NASCAR Cup Series cars will run practice and qualifying for the NASCAR Open and the NASCAR All Star Race. Now the qualifying for the All Star Race will involve 3 laps and a pit crew competition where the pit crew will be able to shine for their teams. And there's a lot of good ones out there, so we'll see what happens along with their qualifying speeds and all that. So on Saturday, the NASCAR Cup Series will run 2 heat races to set up for Sunday's field. Now, the fastest qualifier will start on the pole and so on in Heat 1, and then the fastest second qualifier will be on the pole for Heat Race number 2. So, those will be happening Saturday night, and we hope to bring those to you as well. Now, on Sunday, the NASCAR race, All Star Race Open, will run 18 drivers in the field, 100 laps, and Harrison Burton will be back in the NASCAR Cup Series car for the first time since losing his ride to the Wood brothers with shark blood. But he'll be driving for Rick Ware Racing in that 51 car, so that should be interesting to see Harrison Burton back in the NASCAR Cup Series. Now, 2 drivers will advance from the All Star race, and 1 driver will make it on a fan vote. Now, here are the fan vote drivers where fans get to vote these drivers in. So here are the top 10 drivers in the fan vote. Number 1 is AJ Allmendinger. 2, Ty Gibbs, Ty Dillon, SVG, Noah Gragson, Carson Hocevar, Eric Jones, Michael McDowell, Ryan Preece, and Bubba Wallace. So those are your fan voted drivers. They'll get one of those guys will get in to the All-Star race. Now the All-Star race will include 23 cars and 250 laps. Also, a promoter's caution will be called prior to lap 220. So, if you were watching the Denny Hamlin podcast, Kyle Busch was talking about the promoter's caution and how if we got close to that, he was going to take someone out that he just didn't like. And the funny comments about Logano in that too. Speaking of Joey Logano, he will try to win back-to-back races here at the All-Star Race. Last year, he won. So, but last year, Kyle Larson was not present as he decided to not run the All-Star Race. But this year, he will be involved. Larson chose to not qualify for the fastest six at the Indy 500 as he continues to try to make his run for the Indy 500. But he said he'd rather win all the money here at North Wilkesboro. So, you know, when Larson's got a point to prove, you're going with him. So stay tuned for my picks here on the go at CeeLo. So you are ready for the All-Star races. You now know everything all you need to know about the All-Star races. Now it's all about the paint schemes. Here are the paint schemes for the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And also when I come back, I was about to say let's go. When I come back, I'll give you my favorite paint schemes of the week and my picks for the pole and who is going to win these races this weekend. Let's go. hope you enjoyed those paint schemes like we do every week here on the Go at CeeLo. We release a paint scheme and race weekend preview every Friday here on our channel. So make sure you're looking for those to come out. If you're a member, we release those early for you guys. If you're not a member, they come out mid-afternoon. But always, please make a comment and like this video every time you see it on YouTube. It helps the algorithm and it helps our videos out. So we appreciate you. But we do these paint schemes and race weekend previews on Fridays to get you ready for the weekends, to hang out with the races with us in the streams and have you ready for everything you need to know to watch these races. So now it's time to give you my favorite NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series paint schemes, and I hope you enjoyed those. Which one were your favorite paint schemes? Make sure you comment in comments below. All right, I'm going to take Brent Cruz in that number 1 JBL Toyota. I do like that one. And then Rowdy back in the '07 Gainbridge Chevrolet. Always good to see Rowdy back in a truck. And then he was in the 7 truck last time, but this time he's in the '07. But Sammy Smith is at number 7 TMC Chevrolet. Now Corey Heim trying to win back to back here at North Wilkesboro, and you know me and that Mobile One Toyota, Mobile One paint jobs. I love them. Mobile One Toyota there for Corey Heim. He's going to be unstoppable here. But can Kyle Busch or Sammy Smith interrupt that? We'll see what happens. Now Connor Jones in that 44 Nice Chevrolet. I like that one there as well. And there was a lot of trucks that are not available this week compared to last week. But it seems like the Thor Sport Racing trucks are never available, so I have to go find those. And some of them that are in this were, as best I could to make it look good to get it in there. But Thor Sport never ever gives us paint schemes. Come on, Thor Sport, help us out on the paint schemes. All right, so now here is the NASCAR Cup Series paint schemes that I like. And we're going to start with Trackhouse Racing's number 1 Ross Chastain Busch Light Chevy. That one looks good. The other two, not too good this year, this week. If you are an LSU fan, you're going to love the colors for Bad Brad Keselowski. Poor Bad Brad last week. Running in the top 5, looking great. And our man James Moore said, it's coming, y'all. About 10 more laps. And what happens? He blows a tire and he's out of the race. But he's in that number 6 Solomon Plumbing Ford in those LSU colors, if you are an LSU Tiger fan. Now, Denny Hamlin in that 11 Progressive Toyota Flo back in the thing. Can he win an all-star race? Come on, Denny. Let's go, baby. Let's see if you have 2 weeks in a row. I'm not going to pick you this time because last time I picked Denny, 2 weeks now, he has DNF. So let's see if we can actually finish a race this time. Now, Christopher Bell, of course, you know me in the Mobile One Toyota paint jobs, and I like Christopher Bell. Good dark horse this week, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. And also Willie B in that number 24 Valvoline. I love this paint scheme in this Valvoline Chevrolet Rick Hendrick Motorsports. So there's that. And then Harrison Burton, welcome back to the Cup Series, sir. He's been doing amazing down in the Xfinity Series. Of course, the Xfinity Series off for another week. They'll return at Charlotte next week for the races for Memorial Day weekend, which is going to be huge for us. So looking forward to that too. So, but which ones were your favorites? Make sure you comment in the comments below. We would love to know who your favorite paint schemes are. All right, it's time for my picks. And here we go. We're going to start with the Craftsman Truck Series on Saturday at the Window World 250. I want to go Corey Heim here. But you know what? I'm going to go with the favorite. I'm going to go Rowdy. Prove me wrong, Rowdy. Beat Corey Heim. That's all I got to say. He hasn't had too good of finishes here. 10th and 22nd in the 2 times he's raced here. But it's Rowdy in the trucks. How can you not go with Rowdy in the trucks? I'm going to go Rowdy in the trucks. Now, Grant Enfinger finished here last year, I believe 2nd. And he led a lot last week. Of course, it's a different track, but showed good signs of coming alive. He's been very quiet. I'm going to go Grant Enfinger for my dark horse. So, Rowdy Busch and Grant Enfinger for my dark horse for the Window World 250. All right, so the NASCAR All-Star Race weekend. First, I'm going to go with the pole. And this involves the pit crew. And they do a really good job. And they get him out a lot. And I'm going to go Willie B and his pit crew. And Willie B will be on the pole for the NASCAR All-Star Race. He will be in the #1 heat race as well. But there you go. Willie B in that Valvoline 24 on the pole for sure. For the All-Star Race Open, I'm going to go Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace will finish first and second. Ty Gibbs gets the win. And the fan vote, I want to say SVG, but I feel SVG's fanship is down a little bit. So I'm going to go Carson Hocevar. There's a lot of Hocevar fans out there. But so Hocevar gets the fan vote. Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace win the All-Star Race Open. Now for the race. As I said earlier in the video, when Kyle Larson has spoken about he wants a win, he's going to put his mind to it. He wants to win the money. He's not called Young Money for nothing. Kyle Larson wins this. Now, I said earlier in the video that he didn't run this last year. He did run this last year. He didn't do the practicing and the qualifying and the heat races. He did race on Sunday. But he did finish 4th here last year. He wins this thing. This is the month of Larson as he continues to try. He started last week with the dominance. Last week, crazy dominance of last week's race. And now he dominates the All-Star race. And he moves on to the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 next weekend. My dark horse, Christopher Bell. I think he's pretty good at these short track races. I like Christopher Bell here to win if Kyle Larson gets knocked out. Christopher Bell wins as my dark horse. I just think it's time. I said it last week, and I'm also not saying Denny either because I jinxed Denny 2 weeks in a row now with the DNF. So I'm going Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell. All right, so there you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Who do you think's going to win these races? Make sure you comment in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. Make sure you're hitting that like button on this video and also subscribing if you're new to us. We would love for you to join our community of NASCAR. It's the best community out there. Our chat is amazing on the weekends. We would love for you to hang out with us. Now, here is our streaming schedule. Everything is up for grabs, but this is what we're going to try to do. On Friday, we're going to try to bring you the practice and the qualifying and the seeing how it goes with the pit crew challenge. And then Saturday, we're going to be bringing you the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race and then the NASCAR Cup Series heat races at nighttime. And then on Sunday, the NASCAR Open race and the NASCAR All-Star race. So those are our schedule this weekend. We look forward to seeing you guys in the streams. But like I said, make sure you comment in the comments below. Who do you think is going to win? Who is your best paint schemes of the week? Let me see in the comments. And also hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to On The Go with CeeLo for all of your NASCAR favorite times here on our chat. And then next week, I'm wearing my Coke 600 shirt to get ready for the CeeLo 1100. We're going to be doing the Indy 500, following Kyle Larson's bid to win the Indy 500, and then we're going to do the Coke 600 right after that. So, and also the other stuff, the trucks and the NASCAR Xfinity Series coming up next weekend too. So, lots and lots and lots of racing here on the Go at CeeLo next weekend. We'll see you guys in the streams. It's the All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro. Should be fun. I hope to see you guys. We'll see you soon. And let's go.